Hey guys, it's Alyssa. I'm here with all my 2-year-old traveling, pandemic, mask wearing, snack eating, bag packing tips. So I have recently taken 2 pretty good trips with Rio via airplane, and I wanted to share with you how that went for me. Can't promise it's going to go the same for you, but I get lots of questions on my Instagram and all over about masks and what I pack, and just wanted to share my tips with you. So first off, masks. Can't promise your experience will be the same as mine. We flew Southwest and United in the past month, and they require anyone over the age of 2 wear a mask to board the plane. So nobody said anything in the actual airport, booking, security, terminals, any of that. No problems. But once we got in our line to board the plane, we had Rio put his mask on, and he had to keep his mask on. I mean, the rule is the entire flight, but he had to keep his mask on to walk down the little tunnel thing, get on the airplane, find his seat, and sit down, and then exiting the plane, the same thing. The reason that he didn't have to wear his mask on the plane is because he was eating or drinking the entire thing. That is hands down the tip. All the mom groups, all the things I'm in, that's what everyone says. Just all of the snacks. And I have found that we're kind of on the tail end of COVID. The pandemic is like people have the vaccine. There's a lot of stuff going on. Not nearly as strict, but they are enforcing that you wear the mask onto the plane. And like visually, like if you're just like standing there, they're probably going to say something to you. But if you're just like clever about it, then it's no big deal. In my personal opinion, I don't think that now, maybe it's just my opinion, they're not going to like fight my 2-year-old over wearing a mask if other people aren't covering their noses and have their masks off for long periods of time and etc. Like most people are kind of picking their battles. You might come across some jerk, but whatever. We had the tray table down, and we had his water and a bag of snacks there the entire time. I'll be honest with you, I brought a thing of goldfish that he doesn't love, and I sat those there, and they were there like the whole flight because he wasn't like eating them all up, but they were there. So if someone came by like, oh, we're eating, and it was fine. No one ever said anything to us in all 4, 5, 6 of our different connections and flights over the past few trips. One person said something one time, and it was like in a passing, like she was like, oh, raise your seat tables. Oh, make sure you have your masks on. Like she was just like going through the aisles, and that was it. And it was at the very end of the flight as we were about to exit or land. So in my opinion, if you can get your toddler to wear a mask on the flight, and then you can just provide endless snacks or have snacks sitting there or your water bottle or whatever, masks aren't going to be that big of an issue. The problem is just getting them to wear the mask on the flight because you can't hold it either. It has to be on their own omission. So we talk a lot about wearing masks. We have a book from Love Every. Side note, love the Love Every brand of books. I'll link it down below. Not books, but all their toys, everything. And they just came out with a bilingual version. Just the best. Anyways, they have a doll and a book and a mask that all goes together. So maybe you could practice with your doll or whatever, but definitely preparing your toddler for that is definitely beneficial. So that's all the mask info I have for you. Sorry, microphone. The other thing that I deeply prepared for on this trip was toys and surprises, because I believe in screen time. I think that screen time is a wonderful tool. Love Daniel Tiger in Spanish. Great life lessons. You can have a turn and then I'll get it back. But I don't love just like, here's an iPad. I think that screen time personally is a tool that's really good for specific scenarios. And sometimes that is travel the whole time. Like you might get to the point where you have an iPad the whole time. So our flight to one of our places had the screens in the seat in front of you. And Rio absolutely was like movie the whole time. Like it was right there. Like we weren't getting away from that. So he mostly did screen time that whole time. But I didn't want that to be the situation the whole time. Because first of all, sometimes kids are just like, no, I don't want to watch this. And then other times, like, I just want there to be a little bit more activity mentally going on, whatever. That's just me. Maybe screen times, headphones, iPads work for you perfect the whole time. Kudos to you. Travel, you do you. But for me, I wanted to have some activities planned for Rio so he could stay busy and well engaged during the whole flight. So I went to the dollar spot in Target and actually Dollar Tree, and I found some really awesome stuff that I wanted to share with you guys. My kid is 2, obviously. So I was mostly looking for 2-year-old boy toys, but there is tons of stuff that you could be buying for girls, older kids, and even younger kids. I loved all of this stuff. I love these fuzzy posters. I remember having them as a kid. There's a lot of like arts and craft stuff. I think it would be cool to buy like special glitter crayons, like things that are specific for travel. There's so many different things at the dollar store and like the dollar spots at Target and wherever. There's so many different things that you could buy. It's just about being slightly prepared. Now, some of them I opened before so I would have less trash. Some of them I kept in their packages because it would be fun and exciting to open on the plane. Activities, you want to keep them lightweight so that they're not bogging you down. You don't have a super heavy bag. I had to take Ria with me to one of these hauls, and I don't recommend that because then all the toys are a surprise. And then also it's just a nightmare to shop on a toy aisle with a 2-year-old while they're there. But there's a lot of cool things for even older kids, a lot of activities. I don't love to buy the plastic like toys that are going to break and they're going to be thrown away. I am pretty against that in my life in general as I raise Rio, like sustainability, less plastic, more durability. But also when I'm paying a ton of money for these like wooden, sustainable, love every toys, I don't want to lose them on a plane, which is very likely. I guarantee you we left some of these things on the plane or in an Uber or whatever. And so I do like to go buy the cheaper toys, but I will say that I try really hard to keep up with them, and I put them in a box and we use them the next time we travel. It's not like I'm just going buying all this plastic and throwing it away every time. And also it's expensive if you're going to spend $50 or something every trip. Like that's an additional trip expense that you don't have to. So I probably spent definitely less than $20 on all of this. Probably, maybe less than 10 even. So again, all of this stuff after the flight will go in a box and it will be saved for the next time we travel. He was still a little young, honestly, for a lot of the crayon stuff, which is what there is a ton of at the Dollar Tree. But he's not loving coloring and stuff yet. That captures his attention, but only for like 5 minutes or less. So it was like barely worth it. Stickers, everybody loves stickers. You stick them all over the place, then you peel them off. Other things that have worked really well for us in flights that aren't pictured here for even younger kids. He loves the window clings, like to put those up all over the windows of the seats and everywhere. We've done like just washi tape where I would like cover the seat and he would peel all the tape off. We've bought special books before we go on trips. And then of course there is the iPad, but his hands down 2 favorite things were the skateboard package I bought and this basketball thing that I bought for him. Both of those things were $1 each and he loved them. He even used a little screwdriver, which I thought was hilarious. Like he obviously is not old enough to be doing that, but he's seen his dad do it. And then the basketball thing he practiced and used for like an hour. So hopefully it'll be something that like your kid will love and it will be a golden tool. So I saved those. The skateboard we had the whole time. Skateboards forever. The car he also really loved. Cars came out before the flight even when we were waiting for our Uber and then traveling to the airport. Skateboard he used the entire trip on and off at different times. He kept trying to ride it himself, which I thought was really cute. And then the basketball was when we got really restless on the plane. That was like the last toy I brought out, and he played it forever. So I grabbed this little tray at the very end, and I love it. My husband made fun of me and he was like, why'd you buy that for? But during the times when the seat table tray things had to be up, this was perfect. It kept all the like balls in place, the crayons from rolling away. I definitely recommend getting some sort of little tray like this. Again, this is at the Dollar Tree right now, summer 2021. And it's light enough that I just threw it in my bag, but it definitely kept snacks, crayons, balls, everything together. And I really liked it. And I'll probably continue to use it like with puzzles and stuff in his regular play routine. The other question I get a lot is, what do you pack? What do you bring? So first of all, whether I'm traveling by myself, which I've done with Rio several times, or if I'm traveling with my husband or sister or whoever, I try really hard not to bring my own personal things. So I check everything that I can. I don't want any roller carries. I don't want extra bags. Like sometimes when you fly, you end up with like all this extra stuff. And I do everything possible to not let that happen when I'm traveling with a kid. And then beyond that, I make sure the bag that I bring is either a backpack so I can be hands-free, or has like a really good crossbody strap so I can be hands-free. But like a little shoulder bag, I don't like, because then it's like falling and you're holding him and you're holding your bag and you've got a lot going on. I have the Walker Family Goods backpacks and I love them because they zip all the way open. It's not like a dig in, it's a lay flat. And then I have a Nike bag that I really love too because it unzips and you can see everything inside it. What do I put in them? Obviously a change of clothes for your baby or toddler, and lots of diapers, more than you think, and wipes, and a sanitizer wipe to wipe down if you want, which they're providing those right now in all the flights that I've been on, so maybe don't include that. Wipes are heavy, weirdly. So water bottle, water bottle, sippy cup, whatever your situation is there. All the snacks. And I would venture to say the favorite snacks. So Rio loves Annie's gummies, and we did M&Ms this trip for the first time, and those were kind of like, no, I don't want to put my mask on. Oh, but remember we're going on an airplane. You love airplanes. Yeah, but I don't want to put my mask on. Well, once we're in the airplane, we can have Annie's bunnies. And he's like, okay, I'll put my mask on. So definitely bring all the snacks for you and them. I keep getting into situations where it's a different time zone where I'm going, and it's like my lunchtime, but it's breakfast there, and there's like all this other stuff going on too. So you want to make sure to bring sustainable snacks like protein bars, all that stuff, because maybe it's just because I'm largely pregnant or whatever, but I get cranky and hungry. I hate airport food. I would love to get to the point where I have these beautiful airport boxes and snacks, but not where I am right now, but that's a whole nother story. So bring all the snacks, and then bring a small blanket, whether it's because you're cold, whether it's because you want to put it over their lap and hide that they don't have their seatbelt on, or whether it's because you have to lay on the airport floor and take a nap. Whatever is going on, bring one of those like Muslim baby blankets. It's going to come in handy, and it's not heavy and it's not bulky. Also bring, like I said, all the different surprise toys. I've seen a lot of different recommendations. A lot of different people say they give them every 30 minutes or every hour. They plan to trade out toys or give a new toy or whatever, rotate back through the first toy. So maybe depending on how long your trip is going to be, you could plan, like 6 toys or whatever. And then maybe like their favorite toy that they're going to have from home or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be a new toy. I don't bring this because we've traveled a lot and it's never a problem for anyone in our family. But for ears, you want like Tylenol, something like that to help with any ear pain, to help your kids go to sleep. Melatonin potentially. They sell melatonin drops that don't have sugar if you're not a fan of the gummies or you're worried about cavities or any of that. There's a lot of options. But that's more if you're flying overnight. So that is what goes in my bag mostly. And for us, a ball. We don't bring any of our like good Nike soccer balls, but like at the dollar store or wherever, we always have tons of extra balls that we pick up, and we try to take these balls on the trip in general. We don't want to lose all of our like good athletic balls. So we have all these dumb balls from like Five Below or whatever. I really liked the idea of this one. It has a map on it. Obviously, Rio's a little too young for that, but maybe a little bit older, you can talk about like where you're going, those kinds of things. Well, I think this video is long enough. I'm sure I left tons of stuff out. So leave me any questions you have about traveling with a 2-year-old during this weird time, and I will happily answer them in the comments or make another video if there's enough questions. But I am happy to help. Good luck on your travels or your plans and theories of travels. I love traveling with Rio. We went on a 3-person family vacation, just the 3 of us, not with my husband's family, not with my family, not with any friends. It was just the 3 of us, and that's the last time that's going to happen before our baby girl gets here. And it was so much fun. Rio had the best time ever, and I know traveling is a luxury with health and with finances and everything going on in the world, and I don't take that for granted. But if you can sneak away with your family and just enjoy your kids at every stage, at every age, I am just so much more in love with my son and my husband, and I recommend vacations to everyone. Thanks for following along. Make sure you like and subscribe for other videos, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.